Hello, my name is PJ, and here I'm going to be sharing my first ever voiceover speed paint. So with this sketch, I'm drawing my two oldest OCs, Nina and Amber. Nina is on the left and Amber is on the right. Sketching is my favorite part because you get to see the ideas start to come together the more you work on the sketch. Here, I was struggling with the body proportions and the anatomy, especially Nina's face and Nina's arm, because I wanted her to interact more with Amber's body, and I wanted her face to have a softer but also sharp appearance. And here I am going through and adding detail to the second layer. As I'm defining the sketch, I'm going through and adding details to the hair, the face, the eyes, and the outfits. I actually didn't know what I wanted to put Amber in, and you'll see me later go over her outfit again to add something to her top. But from here, I'm just trying to decide how I want her outfit to kind of reflect her sweeter personality. I think that's what I want to say. Here I am inking or doing the line art. Line art isn't really my favorite thing to do, as I feel like it takes away a lot from my sketch personally, but I'm still working on it. And I wanted to add, I think, more depth or more weight to the line art. And this is me here going back and fixing Amber's top. And I believe drawing the legs and the skirt for Amber were my favorite, just because I really like how meaty their legs and their body looks. I wasn't really satisfied with how I was drawing Amber's hair because it felt like it needed more detail, but at the time I didn't know how to convey the amount of curly detail that I wanted to add into her hair. But hopefully I will learn how to apply that into later illustrations. And over here I'm fixing Nina's hairline because I forgot she has these two braided tendrils on the side of her face, and I feel like it just looks cuter than the little weird curl that was sticking out on her forehead. And yeah. So next, what you'll see me doing is filling in the line art, giving it some more weight or some more depth so it doesn't look as flat, and adding in Amber's ear that I kind of forgot about. That way, it doesn't look so awkward and kind of And now we're adding in color. I already had Nina's color scheme because I've drawn her before in her updated look, but I have not drawn Amber in her updated look. So while you see me picking the colors for Nina, I was doing a lot of picking and choosing for Amber because I wasn't sure how her colors were gonna look next to Nina's. But I think they look pretty good together. And now we're on to rendering or shading. This is where I add life to the pictures. With how I render, I try to add a lot of shadows, I believe, to give them more of a lifelike appearance so that they don't look as flat. And I spend a lot of the time, a lot of the layers, going back and forth and shading the colors together, blending the colors together. That way they look more lively. I'm not really happy with how I did either of their hairs. I'm still learning how to shade and render hair. So I feel like I could have done better. But at this point, I think I was really ready just to finish the illustration because it started over a long process of days, and I was just ready to be done with it. Even though I do like how the outcome looks, I just really hated coming back to it, if that makes sense. But anyways, here I am rendering Amber, and I really loved rendering her skin because she has a little bit more skin exposed, and I get to add more life into it, get into it, look at her, lifelike and all that. The biddies. That was the most fun I've had rendering titties in forever. And they just look so nice, I think. So right here, I'm rendering Amber's hair. I started off using this pink color that I was using for, I think, Nina's skin. But then it started looking a little too muddied, and I didn't really like the color. So I ended up scrapping that and using a dark yellow saturation to give her more of a sandy look, I believe. because not all Onis have white hair, but I wanted to give Amber white hair or gray hair, and you know, I thought, you know, that would look good. I don't like how it looks in the end. It just looks kind of muddied still. And then there's me going to shade her skirt because I didn't like how the hair looked, but I was like, you know what, whatever, let's just go on something else and see if maybe I'll just forget about it. So here I am adding details and like wrinkles into her skirt, and shading it so that the skirt stands out more, which is like one of my favorite things. I really like how her skirt and how her shirt turned out. Here I am shading her shirt now and her socks. I was kind of particular about how I wanted to like put emphasis on, I think, the wrinkles in her shirt and like, you know, how it kind of hugs her like chest and gets kind of more droopy on the shoulders and the arms. I wanted to emphasize that a little bit more. I feel like you can tell that I put a lot of detail or effort into the top because I really like how the top came out. It's like one of my favorite things next to the skin. And here I am going back onto the hair to try and like add hatching to it, but I just didn't like how it looked. So I just ended up leaving it alone. So next I'll be adjusting the colors and then working on Nina's clothes. I will admit I was very lazy with the shading on her clothes because I just felt like her clothes didn't really need as much rendering detail versus Amber's. And anyways, I'll go work on her beads and then I end up shading her eyes. And I wanted their eyes to have a more striking appearance. Like you can tell there's something off about them. Well, obviously they're monster girls, but I wanted their eyes to be more eerie to look at, more unnatural. And then after that, I'll work on the background a bit. I think I fix up some more of the colors. Yep, that's me fixing up the colors in the background, and that's it. Signing it off, and thanks.